and get $50,000, $60,000 a month income? What causes another person to open a home business and struggle all the time the business is open?
Unbelief in the heart.
Now you can say it might be technique. Yeah, you know, I can agree with some of that. But I tell you what, you know what the major problem is? It's doubt.
In the heart.
We're just not sure.
Right.
It's going to work.
And you see, that's the seed of doubt. See, what caused George Foreman, I believe America's greatest fighter that ever lived, far better than Muhammad Ali, at the age of 45, what caused him to go into the ring and face a man half his age and say, I'm going to come out winning? Now, I know that God told him to do it. He testified about that. I know that God told him to go in and take the title back. But you know what? Every one of us, that God has told us to do things, what has prevented us from doing what God told us to do?
Doubt. Unbelief in the heart.
See, doubt isn't your friend, it's your enemy.
That's right.
Why would you see it again?
See, why don't, listen, Brother Dave, come up here real quick. I'm going to use him just for an example. If Dave's my enemy, call it closer, I want them. If Dave is my enemy, why should I put my arm around him?
Don't worry about it, I'll destroy you.
Why? You know, listen, you know what we do naturally? I mean, we're at each other's throat usually. In the natural. I don't want him around me. He doesn't want me around him in the natural. Thank you, brother. Listen, how come we're not fighting doubt like we fight our natural enemies?
Right.
Unbelief.
Why isn't we have a romance with doubt? And we have a fight with faith?
Come on.
That's good.
Why isn't we always struggle with faith, but we have a romantic affair with doubt?
Hard.
Is this making sense?
Hard.
Come on.
Because you see, doubt has one purpose. Faith has many purposes. Doubt has one reason. Faith has many reasons.
Come on.
Doubt is from the enemy. You see, listen, I believe Brother Kirk said something really profound this morning when he said, one of the problems, and he didn't say one of the problems, but I'm going to add this to it. One of the problems with American churches today is we don't trust God because we trust doubt.
Right.
More trust and doubt. That's right.
Say it, Pastor.
Come on.
You see, you want to know why people are afraid of this issue called faith? You want to know why people mock, blab it, and grab it? You want to know why people talk about that, the word of faith people as being idiots? Because they themselves are afraid of faith because they know if they're going to stand by faith, they can't give up. But if they mock faith, it's okay if they pull away because no big deal.
Nothing lost.
That's right.
That's right.
Yep. That's it.
Y'all, is this me? Y'all get-
Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't pretend.
And you see, what we got to do is kick faith out.
That's right. Kick faith in, bring doubt
Yeah.
out.
There you go.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
What we got to do is kick doubt out. I just checked to see.
Good.
What we, David's going, hey, wait a second. No, what we got to do is kick
Doubt.
the hell out of doubt
That's right. That's what it is.
and bring faith in.
Deep. Amen.
We got to kick doubt out and bring faith in.
That's right.
And we've got to examine every area of our lives where this issue called doubt is. You know how you know what the doubt issue is? If it's there, you're pulling away. Faith will cause you to stand. If there's an area in your life where you cannot stand, it's because there's a root of doubt.
That's good.
Turn with me, if you will, to Matthew chapter 14.
Amen.
How long, Mark?
22.
22 minutes. Now, I'm going to show you tonight how we can battle doubt. In fact, I might deal with one of them this morning because I don't want people on the internet not to get the issue of battling doubt. Matthew chapter 14, starting verse 22.
Amen.
Immediately Jesus made his disciples get into the boat and go before him to the other side, while he sent the multitude away. And when he had sent the multitude away, he went up on a mountain by himself to pray.
Amen.
Now when evening came, he was alone there. But the boat was now in the middle of the sea, tossed by the waves, for the wind was contrary. You know what, brothers and sisters? How many times do you have contrary wind in your life?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know contrary wind is not there to defeat you? It's there to make you better.
Strengthen you, mature you.
That's part of the testing of your faith. You see, if everything came easy, it wouldn't take a lot of faith to stand.
Yeah.
Wind that is contrary, although the enemy means it for one thing, God turns it for good.
Sure.
Wind that is contrary to what you're believing God for, to what you're expecting God to do in your life, what you're expecting to do in ministry, wind that is contrary to that has a purpose of testing your faith.
Resistance.
Are you patient enough in the midst of all the wind to wait for God to bring you through to the other side?
Amen.
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
Are you patient enough when everything looks the absolute opposite of what you're believing God for, in that contrary wind, to stand and say, no, I believe God? That's what the testing of your faith is supposed to produce.
Amen.
You see, listen, one of our major problems is exactly what took place with Peter. We see things with our natural eyes. And listen, we allow what we see with our natural eyes to affect our faith. In other words, our natural sight many times brings doubt, because it affects our faith in a wavering way. When we see things contrary to what we're believing for, many times we pull away. And you see what your spiritual side is supposed to do? See, by faith we understand, by faith we see. We walk by faith, not by sight, because when you're walking by faith, your faith eyes see things your natural eyes can't see. But when we allow our natural eyes to see things that is natural, it'll affect our faith in a doubt way, causing us to pull back, saying it's not going to happen. That's why we are not supposed to walk by that sense. We're supposed to walk by a faith sense.
All right.
Don't shout me down. I'm just starting to preach.
Come on.
That makes sense.
Oh, all that, the faith is just really
Phenomenal.
getting to it.
Bless you. All right.
Because the wind was contrary, verse 25. Now in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went